Hello Aquarius, today we're going to be tuning into the Aquarius collective energy to get some messages that you need to hear or know at this time. Now Aquarius, I did get two channel songs for you. One of them was Beat It by Michael Jackson, and the other one I don't know the name of it, so I'm going to have to look up the lyrics, and I will put it in the comment section or the description box below. I encourage you to watch those songs, especially if it has a music video, because there could be something in there that resonates with you. Aquarius, if you've been having a lot of things that feel like distractions, whether they're mental distractions or physical distractions, keep going. I know this is weird, but Aquarius reading is always kind of weird. If you feel as though there's a lot of distractions come up when you're trying to do something that you really want to do, that's a sign for you to keep going. Yeah. I know it sounds weird, but I feel like it'll resonate with Aquarius. Aquarius reading is always kind of shocking. And me being an Aquarius, I understand that energy. We are ruled by the planet Uranus as well as Saturn. And Uranus is that planet of unpredictability, right? You never know what type of changes are going to happen when Uranus comes in. It's also a very unique energy. Now, the first card out is the Chariot. Get ready to move forward. This is also the card of Archangel Metatron. Archangel Metatron is the record keeper. He's the holder of the Akashic records, and he also has many other tasks and duties. I encourage you to look him up if you're studying angelology or if you want to learn more about it. Now, this talks about an important achievement. This talks about you making progress, you moving towards something, you having the self-discipline so that you can achieve all the goals that you have set for yourself. This is you having willpower. This is you getting public recognition. So you could be attracting both positive and negative attention. I feel like that's why Beat It came out. It's like you might have to hold your tongue when it comes to certain people because they may have some type of criticism and not constructive criticism. They just want to say something about what you're doing because they don't like how you're doing it. Aquarius, I need you to be prepared for that. You also have another major arcana, and this is number 5 here, which could bring in some conflict and some change for you. The Chariot was number 7, so those two numbers may resonate with you. This card is a card of traditional viewpoints, and it's actually Archangel sound off on spiritual organization. So you might be joining some type of spiritual group or participating in spiritual activities, or you're starting to attract a lot of spiritual people. It says seek out mentors and like-minded friends. Right now you're going to be guided to talk to and communicate with people who it makes sense when you talk to them. I hope it makes sense the way I'm talking to you, but it's just like you're talking to this person and it makes sense. And if you go talk to another person and they wouldn't make sense, it'd be like, Aquarius, what you talking about? Most people probably don't understand the way that you think because you think very uniquely. You're able to see both sides of things, and some people are only just able to see one side or another. With that being said, don't get too frustrated if you find that a person does not understand what it is that you're saying, even though you're clearly explaining it to them. Don't expect them to understand. Even if you don't waste your time, don't waste your breath trying to over-explain things to a person you know don't understand what's going on, baby. Give them their card, give them their reading, and keep it pushing. Now, you might be feeling guided to give somebody a spiritual message at this time, but they might not be spiritually equipped or in the right stage of their life to understand the message that you are giving them. So, hey, if you're truly guided to, give them a message. If they don't understand it, just let them sit on it. Let them take it. Might not resonate to them next year. But Aquarius, you guys are ahead. You guys are ahead of time. If you're a higher vibrating Aquarius, if you're a lower vibrating Aquarius, you might be experiencing a lot of challenging thoughts, or a lot of thoughts that challenge your beliefs at this time or challenge your actions. So pay attention to that as well. You have the 7 of Water here, which talks about you having to make a decision between multiple different things possibly, or there could be a lot of unexpected events that happen and you just have to kind of shift and move, shuck and dive and shift the move. Like, you might be dodging some people but running into other people who you work with. You might have to block this person but unblock this person. It's just, that's the type of energy that I'm feeling. Stop procrastinating. Don't allow yourself to overthink, like I said again, because that might be a challenge for you at this time, to where you're overthinking a situation and you done overthought so much that you done flew past the answer. You done came up with several answers and you only needed the third one or the second one. You also have the King of Air. The King of Air is actually a card that represents air energy, which is Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. And this talks about you speaking your mind with confidence. This talks about you kind of detaching yourself emotionally from situations and maybe even from people so that you can take a more logical standpoint. So you can be very strategic about what it is that you're doing. So you can see things from a much different perspective. This could be you seeking professional advice, whether it's from a counselor, a therapist, someone who's like a sage, could be a Sagittarius, someone who's wise in a specific area, maybe even a spiritual teacher. Perhaps some of you guys are getting readings as well. But it's a really good time to balance out mental and emotional considerations. Like, don't mix two and two together right now. Don't get too, that's why I'm saying don't get too hot and heavy and loaded and ready to have some type of debate with an individual who cannot intellectually compete. I feel like sometimes us Aquariuses like to debate with other people because that mental energy stimulates us, and even though we're not trying to offend anyone, it's just like we like the conversation. We like to pick at people's brain. We like to see how they think or why they think what they think. But for some people that could trigger them, and they be like, this Aquarius is embarrassing me, or this Aquarius is making me feel like this, or this Aquarius is making me feel dumb, making me feel stupid. That's how they might be feeling. So like I said, pull back when you feel like you're starting to see something or sense something about this individual that isn't quite resonating. Be careful with that, because I feel like a lot of people, you can get tricked up by that. Like, I feel like people could blame you for a certain situation even though you didn't have much to do with it, and you might even try to help them. Like, you might even try to give them some sort of logical advice, but they didn't want to take it, and because they didn't take it, they also gonna blame you. So there's very strange situations that I feel like coming up here. Let's see what else we have for Aquarius. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. I don't know why I just heard the word cactus. There could be something about cactus or prickly pears that you're studying or thinking about, or that resonates in some sort of way. Maybe some of you guys are getting a little cactus plant, or maybe some of you guys are studying the metaphysical properties of cactus. There's cactus drinks and cactus snacks too, so that's something you might try or you might see. You had a 5 of Cups here. What's going on? Because there's something going on with your emotions, and I'm telling you to pull back from your emotions, detach from your emotions, because you got the King of Swords. But when you detach, it might be best for you to detach from others, like in a way where you can kind of isolate yourself so you can think about the situation, not go back and forth with the individual. Just go isolate yourself and think about the situation. That's what I feel when it comes to that 5 of Swords. You also have 2 5s here, so there could be a considerable amount of change or conflict here. Sometimes conflict brings in that change, but I'm telling you, when this conflict arises, don't act up. Don't act up, act right. You got Jupiter watching you, Jupiter testing you, Jupiter trying to see if you're ready for that next stage, that new opportunity, that growth, that expansion. Is you ready for this? It's like Jupiter is testing you to see if you've matured enough to be able to walk away from certain situations that trigger other people, or that might even trigger you. Are you ready to continue to intellectually debate or talk to people who are not willing to even hear what you have to say? The people who always want your advice but never listen? One more card for Aquarius, please and thank you. Aquarius. You didn't have to do that card. So this last card is the 6 of Wands. Success and achievement as well as recognition. Aquarius, keep doing what you've been doing and stay on that track. Don't let nothing come and push you off that track or misguide you at this time, because you headed the right way. Jupiter watching you. Like, is Aquarius ready for this reward yet? Is Aquarius ready to do this yet? We've been putting Aquarius been along their path, but sometimes Aquarius get too stuck up in their head and they don't know which answer that they received was the right answer, even though they received the right answer 3 times. So Aquarius, I truly hope that this resonated with you. I thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.